Howbody indeed. What is good? Welcome into Driving the Line. My name is Alan Bell. Got a wonderful guest here. Greg Matson, California Wager. How we doing, buddy?
Good. Happy Thursday. Happy to be back with you guys.
Hey, happy indeed, man. Good Thursday. Now, before we look forward, got to take a look back at how we did yesterday and 3-3. But look, had some nice, solid plus money plays here. So we actually come out a little bit ahead. At Dodgers' first inning was nice. Covered the team total over 5.5 and the over 1.5 home runs right there in the bottom of the first was solid. Klay Thompson was a monster there in the second quarter. So, yeah, man, that one was solid. Angels and Rangers, that was a terrible game. Awful. Yankees ended up winning 4-3, so we lose out on that one. Tough one there. Now, in your feeds, all right, Week 10 college baseball betting preview show. Come get it, man. Check it out. It's absolutely chock full of information. And remember, all right, there's a ton of info. And with Easter this weekend, all right, normally series start on Friday, go Saturday, go Sunday. You're going to see a lot that begin tonight, all right, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. All right, and I'll put myself on screen. So just be aware of that. And you're going to see some that go Friday, Saturday, Saturday. And then some that go Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So something to be aware of there. Also, look, man, all right, I put an X where I should have put a push. All right, my bad on that one. Didn't mean to do that to you there, my boy Brad. So apologies on that one. Yeah, we'll adjust that one in post-production there. So I didn't mean to do that to you. All right, so those are in your feeds right there. All right, Howie Schwab, crew play of the day. All right, we're going to go Major League Baseball, okay? Polls in the chat. Vote now. We've got Giants, Phillies over 8, Giants, Phillies under 8. Yankees, Rays over 9, Yankees, Rays under 9. Like I said, polls in the chat. Vote now. We'll update as we always do at the end of the show. All right, we got a lot of picks to get to. We got a lot of stuff to get to. So, Greg, well, boy, let's get to the picks. All right, but boy, hey, let you lead it off here. What you got?
Yeah, we're back to a big weekend of baseball, like you said. You know, we'll have the a lot of those Thursday starts instead, and we'll jump right into it. We're going to take Cal Poly today, going up against Santa Barbara, which should be a extremely big series. I love how the Mustangs have been playing this year. They continue to win series. They continue to travel well, and not a tough spot heading down to Santa Barbara. I think they'll be real comfortable here, and we will jump on them and see how today goes. We may ride them through the series. UNC Greensboro will be my dog of the day, going against USC Upstate. I think that there's a pretty great chance for them to hang around in this one, and all you can ask for with a big dog is an opportunity to be there late. So we got the plus 175. If Greensboro can hit the ball a little bit today, I think we have a real good chance. And play of the day. This will be out for clients later, so jump on now. This is a freebie for everybody. St. Mary's and UC Irvine today, our money line play of the day. Should be a fun one. I expect St. Mary's to handle business. I expect Irvine to handle business. Good spots coming off tougher series, and I really like where both of them are in terms of this. College baseball continues to roll for us. We had a 35-1 parlay on Tuesday, and we're up 103 units now on the NCAA baseball season. For round one with the NBA, now as we finish up these wild play-ins, play-outs, every way you want to name it. It's been fun. It's been interesting. Happy the Warriors got through and are in the position they are right now. We're going to take the Clippers to win the series. I think that they're in a wonderful spot, and if we can get half of Kawhi, I think that there's a real good opportunity for them to handle business over what is a Nuggets team in turmoil from top to bottom, from coaching staff to players to availability to everything in between. So I love the angle. We'll jump right back and piggyback with that. Clippers to win the West at 12.5 to 1. I'm going to keep riding how I feel with this one. Just a little bit how I felt with Florida. I liked where they'd been coming in. I liked how they'd been playing. I liked how they'd struggled at times. I feel the same about the Clippers. Also a massive home court advantage. The Clippers have turned that stadium into a place to play and a tough place to play as an opponent. So I like that advantage as well. Final NBA play is the Lakers T-Wolves over 5.5 games. Little juicy. I think this one gets pretty deep into the series. I think both these teams can flip flop a little bit, and we've seen the Lakers great, we've seen the Lakers terrible. I think we might get a little taste of both. So I think that there's an opportunity to get real, get deep, get 6 games at least in this one, and get as far as we can into the 7-game series.
All right, so a couple of things. Number one, great job. All right. Number two, half of Kawhi sounds like an awesome 90s movie with Nicolas Cage in it. All right. Number three, Melanie said, good morning, AB. Good morning, Greg. Mel's, good morning. John said, if you're not following Matty Ice Plays in Discord or X, you're missing out on cash. That is the truth right there. Matty Ice is all over it, man, for sure. So, John, good looking out, brother, on that one. All right. Now, let's see. Just see a pitching change. Super Kick says pitching change in Reds game. Woo's out, Hancock is in. Some books still showing Woo. Good look there. And if anybody has already bet that, depending on your book, many books will void when there is a pitching change. So check on that. It's not every book, but yeah, I mean, just a good look indeed. Super Kick. So thank you for that one for sure. Okay. Now, here we go. Now, I'll say this. TJ's agreeing. Love these money line parlays. AB got a ton of stud pitchers mixed in that. Great looks. There we go. All right. TJ all over it. And you can check out his pitching info on the bump there in your college baseball week 10 edition betting preview show in your feeds now. All right. College baseball here. All right. So we don't have totals. We'll have these at 3 p.m. Eastern today for Driving the Night Line, but going Arkansas money line, pairing that with LSU money line, plus 105. LSU got swept over the weekend. Arkansas lost its series too. Both these teams, all right, at home, need a win, solid pitching. And look, Arkansas, their last 4 game ones of weekend series, they have outscored, they've won all 4 and outscored their opponents 55-8. That's an insane stat. And those are SEC teams that are in that. Georgia, one of them. Vanderbilt, one of them. So I'm going to roll Arkansas the hot hand in game ones. LSU, put them together, plus 105. Next, Georgia. All right. Coming up a good weekend in Nashville, just down the street, taking on Vanderbilt. Going to pair them with Florida State. Money line, both of those at plus 125. And then finally, Ole Miss. All right. Money line on the road against South Carolina, coming off a series loss to Tennessee at home. You're going to pair them with Texas. All right. Texas. I'm not even going to give the stat, but they've been pretty good at winning series this year. Let me just say that. Knock on wood. And then finally, sound like DJ Paul 3-6. And finally. All right. So sorry, that was a joke that maybe 9 people are going to get, but I feel like the sports books are tempting me with VMI. Virginia Military Institute. That's right. I'm going to take them. Money line, plus 135. I've talked about them all year. Never get to bet them, ever. And suddenly, they're here. All right? Go take a look at their runs. Go take a look at home runs. This team can score anytime, anywhere, on anyone. And since it's really the first time all year that we've got to bet them and we've talked about them, I'm going to take them. So, give me VMI money line plus 135. Now, Greg, we got a ton to break down. This might be the most data-centric betting show that we've had in quite a while. You ready for this? We got games in here too. Got some parlay games I think you're going to like. All right. So let's jump to college baseball. Because like I said, usually series begin, all right, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But because of Easter and that these are college kids, we get series starting tonight. So I have 2 pages of this, the schedule for tonight. Look at all the games that we have. I mean, we got a ton of them here. All right. Ole Miss, South Carolina, Auburn at Texas. All right. 8-1. Virginia at Florida State, North Carolina at Virginia Tech, TCU at UCF, Cincinnati, West Virginia. I can't wait to see that total. Arizona at BYU. Can't wait to see that total up there in Provo, Utah, on the elevation. All right. Got Kentucky and Tennessee. All right. Keep going down the list. Louisville at Clemson, Oklahoma at Missouri, Georgia at Vanderbilt, Texas A&M at Arkansas, Alabama at I mean, dude, this is money. Like, you could not ask for a better start on a Thursday of college baseball. So, Greg, I'm going to pull you back on here. What interests you? What do you see, out of these two slides of tonight's schedule?
In nationally, you can't ignore the Auburn Texas series. That's going to be really exciting, and Texas now with that number one position is going to be huge. And we had Texas the other day. We tied them together with Arizona, I believe, and now handling that number one spot means a lot. There's a lot to it, and I'm excited to see what happens. Auburn's been playing real well lately, and this should be a real interesting series to say the very least. Obviously, the Florida State Virginia series should be pretty interesting. We'll see how they can handle those the trio of lefties for Florida State. But I think most interesting is going to be the A&M Arkansas series. A&M's playing real well right now. Offensively, they seem like they figured it out. They had that come from behind win, those 2 grand slams last week, and sometimes that can do it. Be like, we can do this, and I feel like that catapult them a little bit. They had a great series. I think they played South Carolina last week. I'm blanking now, but they played really well last weekend. And sometimes that's all it takes. And you forget quickly how just a few weeks ago A&M was number 1 in the country, and things change very fast in college baseball. So is this the time that they've reached that spot and they're able to really catapult from here? It's hard to do in the SEC because you go one battle to the next battle week by week with this conference. So should be interesting. The LSU Alabama series will be interesting. I still have concerns about both of those teams, so I just don't know if they're going to eventually get there when push comes to shove. And then I will say on the West Coast, I am interested in that game we have tonight with Cal Poly and Santa Barbara. I think that's going to be a real good series as well. Cal Poly, I think, very much off the radar nationally, and I think that they've pitched really well. They've really led with pitching and defense, and we know that can go a long way, especially when it gets to Omaha and super regional time. You got to play small ball. They've done a good job of it, and they've kept themselves in games, and which has been a very good conference and non-conference schedule for them. They've played a few of the top 25, and I piggyback that with we had Texas State with our max play of the year the other day, and really it was just fighting that value. You looked at Texas State, and they'd beaten 2 number 1s in the country already this year quietly. You wouldn't even know it, but there's value in teams and times and positions, and that's half the battle with college baseball is knowing when to attack a team and how to attack a team, and certain times just you like them but stay away, because we know how the lines can be so skewed and juicy at times. There's always a new day with college baseball, so it makes it worthwhile if you can find it long term.
Always a new day. Always a new day. And I think you brought up a good point too. I'm also interested in that Hawaii UC Irvine. Like, I like Irvine there, but I mean, Hawaii, their pitching they can muddy up games. But yeah, it's gonna be fascinating. And like you said, man, like teams are different on Friday than they are on Saturday than they are on Sunday, right? But speaking of that, I'm gonna make you make some decisions, and everybody in the crew make some damn decisions. Let's play some games, have ourselves a little fun. All right. So we're going to play a little game called Pick the Parlay. All right. I put together 3 parlays of 3 college baseball money lines. Now, doesn't mean that you have to take one of these. All right. You can mix and match some of these teams. All right. Mess around and play with them. See what you like. But for show purposes, and I've already bet these purposes, I want you to tell me which parlay you like. Number 1. All right. Your conservative parlay, plus 225. LSU money line, Ole Miss money line, Arkansas money line. Going in the middle, plus 250. Florida State money line, Clemson money line, Georgia money line. Or are you going 275? Texas money line, UC Santa Barbara money line, and UC Irvine money line at plus 275. All right. So everyone in the chat, you like left, middle, right, 1, 2, or 3, however you want to write it. Greg, where are you going? What do you like here?
If I had to take just one, I would take the middle of the 3. If I could customize it, I would replace UCSB with Clemson or Florida State on the right. Probably Clemson would be my top. So Texas, Clemson, Irvine of those three. But I also do think that that the middle with Florida State, Clemson, Georgia is a good number.
Yeah, it's good, man. Like, I have already played all three of them. I like them. The UCSB is going to be. I'm with you on that. Like that one is that's going to be an interesting game there. But I mean, LSU has got to win. Ole Miss, I don't trust South Carolina at all. And Ole Miss not only coming off of a series loss to Tennessee right now, that's nothing to be upset about. If they lost the series 2-1. If Tennessee would have lost it, right, and Ole Miss won 2-1, neither team would have been upset. I mean, you're talking about number 5 and number 6 in the country, right? But then Ole Miss comes out and gets blasted by Arkansas Little Rock on Tuesday. They are a team that needs to win a game, right? And then you look at Arkansas at home against A&M. Now, you're right. A&M found their bat. They found their bats against Tennessee two and a half weekends ago, right? And they've got some confidence in that dugout. And, we talked about it on the show last night. Me and TJ did that, bro. A&M's kind of doing what Florida did last year. Florida was slow in the regular season. We didn't even know if they were going to make a regional. Then you look up, you're like, this team might win a national championship. You know what I mean? So we'll see. I mean, that Florida team had horsepower. But, when you got Caglione on your squad, like you can win a lot of games there. But, yeah, man, here's the deal. So, all right, we've got all of these. And, again, in the chat, put your vote in there. I'm going to give you another option. Okay? You could stick with the middle, or you could see behind door number 3. That was terrible, but here's a 6-leg parlay at plus 1047. Florida State money line against Virginia, Clemson money line against Louisville, Georgia money line against Vanderbilt, Arkansas money line against A&M, LSU money line against Alabama, and Ole Miss money line against South Carolina. Those 6 together plus 1047. What are you feeling?
Now you're talking my business here. We've had our percentage of parlay. I think we've hit like 4 or 5 30 plus parlays this year already with this. And Tuesday was an 11-teamer, and almost all of them came through smoothly. I mean, Tuesday was a lot of favorite blowouts, which was nice, kind of that predicted angle. But I mean, I don't see anything on here that I disagree with. I think that, like you said, South Carolina, I think that their season kind of ended a couple weeks ago. And, that A&M nail in the coffin was pretty tough for them, too, with that 2 grand slams in the 9th inning is a pretty tough pill to swallow, to say the least. But, yeah, I think that, all 6 of these spots are good. The Georgia Vandy series, Vandy's been weird. They really have. They've been up and down. They've looked great at times. That would be the only one I would question. But at the same time, when I was worried about Georgia's pitching, they figured it out. They've seemed to have figured out what their staff wants to be and how they're going to relieve. I like what they've got in terms of an order now, and I think that they are still kind of a team under the radar. I wonder, when push comes to shove, if their pitching staff's going to be able to get enough outs. But again, the Bulldogs are still playing well, and like you said, every other one of these teams are extremely motivated right now, and that's what matters. We're 2 months away from this thing being, World Series time.
Yeah, great, dude. Great point. And we got a lot of good points in the chat here as well. First off, let's see, where was it? Andrew said, sign him up. He's all about tomfoolery. There we go. Dan Clark said, let's have a good Thursday. Hit that like button. Yeah, if you can, we sure would appreciate it. Kathy. All right. Now, Kathy was the winner of the DTL March Madness bracket. She bounced all of us out of it, right? She said, how about your place LSU with Texas? Not a bad look. Not a bad look at all. I mean, Alabama's a team that needs to get it going. That one is so fascinating to me, right? I mean, LSU just gets swept. They're at home in the box, man. It's going to be rowdy. Where's it at? Max said, I don't trust Florida State at all against Virginia. You know what? Like, there are elements to that, I feel. Florida State kind of getting themselves back. They hit a little bit of a lull. I like them at home. Like, if this were on the road, I wouldn't be on it. I'll tell you this: Clemson, number 4 team in the they're playing, or maybe they're number 3. They're playing unbelievable baseball right now, and nobody's talking about them at all. I think they've won 8 of their last 10 games. But dude, do not sleep on Louisville. Louisville can score. Like Louisville in baseball is like Louisville in football. Like Georgia Tech in football. Like the second you sleep on them, they'll rake on you. You know what I mean? But Clemson's got really good pitching. Georgia on the road, like I said, here in Nashville against Vanderbilt. I can go ahead and tell you the weather is great. I think it's going to be 80 degrees today. Not a lot of humidity, but it's going to be warm. So that's a good one. Arkansas's at home. Yeah, there you go. And Ole Miss again on the road, but man, they need to get that one going. All right, Big Charles. Hangry said Arkansas, Texas, and UC Irvine. I follow Big West baseball. Santa Barbara game's a toss-up. Yeah, couldn't agree more, Charles. Could not agree more with you indeed. TJ said, also give me LSU, Kate Anderson on the mound, Ole Miss, Hunter Elliott, Florida State, Bellini on the mound. All featured guys. Yep, absolutely, dude. Great arms. Great arms. Yeah, Josie said Bucky's. They've got kolaches now, dude. Kolache Saturday. Jonesy knows. You not a kolache guy?
My buddy's at Bucky's the other day, and he's rubbing it in my face.
I was at Bucky's too, dude. It's fantastic. They got a tortilla station.
They get everything there.
Everything, bro.
Like, what don't they have there? Like,
I know. I've been in Tennessee a long time, but I'm from Texas, man. You start hitting me with kolaches, dude, and tortillas, man. We're ready to go, bro. All right, so that's what we've got for the parlays there. Let me put the picks back up on the screen for anybody who might have came in late. Greg, you don't have to give, example. Just run through it. What you got, bud?
Yeah, college baseball wise today, and we will have more plays. So by all means, if you want to reach out to me, go ahead. It's just the start of it. Like Alan said, totals will be out later, and run lines will be out later. So we will have a lot more options. But yeah, so far we're riding with Cal Poly. Like we talked about, somewhat of a coin flip game today. Should be fun. Worried about Santa Barbara's bats, so we'll jump with the Mustangs. We're on UNC Greensboro today, plus 175. We are on St. Mary's and UC Irvine moneyline parlay today, and that wraps up our college baseball. For NBA, we like the Clippers to win the series in round one. We're going to piggyback that with the Clippers to win the Western Conference. We also like the Lakers T-Wolves over 5.5 games for the series.
Nice job, buddy. Nice job. All right, mine college baseball here. And again, we'll be live today, 3 p.m. Eastern. So we don't have totals yet. We'll definitely have some plays on totals coming up 3 p.m. Eastern today. All mine college baseball. Arkansas money line, LSU money line, parlay plus 105. Georgia money line, Florida State money line plus 125. Ole Miss money line, Texas money line plus 140. And then VMI, Virginia Military Institute. Go take a look at their stats offensively this year. This team has scored the most runs in the country. I'm not kidding. Georgia leads the country with 100 home runs, and they ain't close to VMI in terms of runs scored. Now, strength of schedule is also a little bit different there too, but yeah, VMI. I'll tell you this too, all right? If anybody is looking for some under-the-radar teams that you might want to take a shot at, and again, I'm saying take a shot, not calling my shot here. I went with VMI. Take a look at southeastern Louisiana, and take a look at Lamar. All right, just give a look, see what you think, do some stats, man. And yeah, Aaron, good morning, buddy. Good to see you, man. Big Scott, what's up, brother? Good to see you, brother. All right, so that is college baseball. Now let's get into Major League Baseball. Okay, weather-wise, we only have one game of weather. Really wind to pay attention to. A's at the White Sox today. Look at this, man. 16, 17 mile an hour winds blowing into basically the third base dugout. Temperature's not bad, for it being Chicago, but yeah, just be careful on that one, man. Just be careful indeed. Now, let's take a look at some stats here, my boy, and see what we've got. Let's play another game here. All right, home runs, our favorite game here on Driving the Line. And Beaver Nuggets are outstanding. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. All right, our man John Connell said college baseball value, UC Irvine parlays. Dude, UC Irvine's a beast. 100%, man. I feel you on that. That Oregon UCLA series is going to be solid. UCLA is playing great baseball right now. They're hitting the hell out of the ball, dude.
I did a write up for Tuesday, and we actually had Oregon State for that same reason, because Oregon State had everything to play for. They'll play Northridge this weekend. UCLA had to flip right around, and they get that Oregon series this weekend. So that was good value on Oregon State on Tuesday with that.
Hell yeah. Good call on that one. Good call. That was a great, midweek. Aaron said, "What up, AB? Shout out to Bay's Travel to East Tennessee. Adrian, Morgan, Reagan, and myself in one car. Preston, Maddie, Nana, and Aunt Bear in the other. All right, hey, y'all be safe on your travels. Get there safe. Yeah, absolutely, man.
It's a Griswold family vacation,
dude. They're doing it right, my man. Doing it right. Going to East Tennessee. All right, let's play home runs now. Everybody, we're playing this together. You know how it goes. Drop your picks in the chat. You can go with our top 5, one of those, or you can go off of the board and pick your own. And Matty, I said it best. All my homies love Aunt Mary. Yep. If we get to 100 likes, I will wrap some 365 for 666. Oh yeah, dude. Memphis, Tennessee legends right there, man. All right, home runs here. Cal Raleigh plus 285. Dallas Garcia pictured there plus 330. Corbin Carroll plus 425. Jorge Polanco plus 425. Bobby Witt Jr. plus 650. All right, Greg, throw it over you first, buddy. What do you like?
I mean, if I had to look at this board itself, I'd probably look at I like Adalis today a little bit. I think almost 3.5 to 1 today is pretty good for him. And we had the Diamondbacks yesterday. I kind of like what I'm seeing with Carroll. Almost 4.5 to 1 too. I would have to lean Garcia or Carroll today.
You know what? I completely agree with you. Like, Garcia is my pick as well. Plus 330. I really like him today. Now, you've got great weather at Globe Life, but it's also a retractable roof stadium. So weather plays a little bit, but not as much, right? But I like Garcia here. I like Cal Raleigh, man. He's ripping the ball, dude. I think he's got 7 bombs on the year. I think he's tied with Judge. Raleigh's absolutely mashing, but yeah, I'm gonna go with Garcia here, man. I'm gonna roll with that one indeed. Oh, dude, at Bucky's, Ron said the banana pudding with the brisket. Hell yeah, you're speaking exactly my language right there.
Do you dip the brisket in the pudding?
I mean, you could, but we don't want to be psychopaths. But you could. The banana pudding is fire, dude. Like, I could sit and eat a whole lot. Yeah, look, Tizzle said, don't sleep my boy. Soderstrom for the A's. Dude, leads the league in home runs with 8. I swear to God that every time I look up, that dude's hitting the bomb. I think he hit 2 the other night, right? Melanie says she's going off the board with Jorge Soler. Yeah, Cal went for both sides. Look, dude, he is a monster. And fun fact, check me if I'm wrong, I believe Cal Raleigh, Florida State, where he played college baseball, I believe. So maybe that'd be a good look for us there. All right, now let's take a look at our stats here. And this is hitter versus pitcher historicals. And I'll pull this full screen because I know that it can be tough to see. This slide right here, we have segmented by home runs. All right, so on the left, you have today's hitters. On the right, pitchers and the batter historicals of the year. So you can see Bobby Witt Jr., all right, facing Reese Olson, 2 home runs. He's got 11 at-bats, 2 walks, 6 hits. Solid hitting there. Jorge Polanco, 2 bombs off of Singer there for the Reds. J.P. Crawford right there. Dallas Garcia, all right. Keep going down the list. Luke Raley, Cal Raleigh. A lot of Mariners are on this list right here against the Reds today. So pay attention to that. Yeah, you got a lot of nice names that are on here. Now, there is the historicals, segmented by home runs. Now, let's invert it, okay? And these are hitters without a home run. However, it doesn't mean that we're fading them by any means. It's just a different look. You might play them in hits. You might play them in singles, any kind of props, that we have, or you might fade them. right? Just depending on, like you see Lars Nootbaar there for the Cardinals. All right, going up against Griffin Canning. Didn't have any home runs, but look, man, 6 at bats, 3 hits, 2 singles and a double. I mean, he's hit 500. Again, sample size is small. See the same thing, Marcus Semien there, going up against the Angels, 7 at bats, 3 hits, right? Like solid, man. So this is another way to look at it here. Again, I'm seeing Brady Singer's name popping up and popping up and popping up and popping up. Yeah, you take a look. Liddy said in the lab, trying to cut with a leg or 2 for winning round robin play of the day. Yeah, let us know on that one. Corbin Carroll, good look for any hitter prop dude that's been mashing. All right. Matty Ice, check barrel numbers in comparison to home runs. Some of these guys are more than due 1,000,000%. Aaron said he hit a home run parlay yesterday. Attaboy. Aaron, attaboy. Now, Tizzle brought up a good point. Corbin Carroll, okay? And Greg, I'm going to throw it to you in just a second. I want your thoughts kind of on all this of just dudes that could, be solid, hitting prop bets for today. All right. Brought up Corbin Carroll. Now, look. Here are hitting streaks. Okay. I got this from baseballmusings.com, and let me tell you, I am never someone that wants to take someone else's content. Absolutely believe in content creators. So if you want to take a look at this, go to baseballmusings.com. All right. Give them some love. I'll make a donation to them so that we're paying for it. We're not taking their data, but these are hitting streaks. All right. Look at Brendan Donovan. He's got a hit in 12 straight games. Contreras, 10 straight games. As Tizzle said, Corbin Carroll, 9 straight games. Keep going down the list. Bobby Witt. All right. Santander there's got 7. Yandy Diaz has 6 straight games. Tatis has 6, right? You have guys on here that are absolutely hitting. Bryce Harper has a hit in 5 straight games. Francisco Lindor has a hit in 5 straight games. So I'll leave it up here for a second because the new slide, I know that it's tough to see. And again, baseballmusings.com, and I'll make a donation there so that we never, ever, ever want to take content from anybody else because it's hard, right? And we respect them. All right, so I throw it over to you, Greg. I've had a lot of slides here, and feel free to tell me if you want me to, hop back to any of them. But any guys that caught your eye, anything that catches your eye, hitter perspective, game total, overs, unders. Yeah.
I mean, in general, I'm surprised Luis Robert is still in baseball. That name popped up and surprised me when I saw that again. I was like, oh yeah, he's there. Of course he's on of course we're on the White Sox. Makes perfect sense for a man like that to be on a team like that. No, I mean, what I see above all else is, I think that, Corbin Carroll, I think really does stand out the more we look at it. That name just keeps popping up. On top of him, everything else, you've got a guy with speed. It's one thing to have great numbers offensively. Another thing with a guy who can absolutely, create for himself. A person who doesn't need to get a hit to score a run. And I think that finding ways with him today in the player prop market is probably good. And, like we talked about today, great numbers against the Reds, which probably means the Reds will win like 1-0. But as we know, things go sideways.
Right.
But, it seems like a fade the Reds, look at offensive team total side if you are going to be on the Mariners. And if the Mariners are going to have a spot, this has to be it. We know that they've had offensive struggles, and they probably will continue. But they've got to take advantage of spots like this. On the same side, we had Arizona yesterday. We'll look at Arizona again today in the morning game. And I think that they're in another good position. 2 teams going in opposite directions already. And I think that there's good value there with finding some good spots in Arizona offensively or as a whole team. I would say too, another guy that, kind of off the radar still, league leading with doubles is Jung-Ho Lee. One of my KBO guys. He's, having a great year, hitting the ball all over the place and doing everything the Giants need and above and beyond. So another guy that I've been dabbling in the player prop market with as well.
There we go, man. There we go. Now, comments in the chat here. Yeah, Schwarber to go yard. He's due. Harper's been banging out some bombs, man. I like Schwarber on that look there. Dan Clark, yeah, good. A sneaky play for a hit parlay today. There you go. Super kick saying Witt, Soderstrom hit, run RBI over 1.5 each plus 210. Nice. That's a good look right there, man. That's a real good look. All right, let's hit our picks one more time. for anybody who might have come in late. And then we've got a couple more things, and we will end the show and let everybody get back to work. And again, we'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern today. Now, Greg, just run through it real quick. What you got, bub?
Yeah, college baseball wise today, we're jumping on 3 spots here. Cal Poly money line will take UNC Greensboro money line, and then we are going to money line parlay St. Mary's and UC Irvine. NBA, we are going to take the Clippers to win this first series. We're going to piggyback that with the Clippers to win the West. And we are going to take the Lakers T-Wolves over 5.5 games for the round 1 series.
Nice, man. All right, college baseball for me, Arkansas money line, LSU money line, plus 105, Georgia money line, Florida State money line, plus 125, Ole Miss money line, Texas money line, plus 140, and then VMI, Virginia Military Institute, at plus 135. All right, so while we pull up here, we got a stat of the day. Oh, yeah, we do. We do have a stat of the day. We need to bring that back. I've been a little lazy on getting those out, man. They've been fire. So here's one for you right here. Okay. Let me make this more complicated. The Reds have hit the first 5 innings money line in 6 of their last 7 games. The Reds have been hitting the ball lately, dude. That is going to be a heck of a game today, man. Any thoughts after seeing that?
Yeah, I mean, look what we talked about on the other side. I mean, we talked about offense. So if there was a game to jump on some team total overs, or I would say probably just a game over, because I don't know who you could trust at this point, with the Reds being the first team since 1940 to get to lose 3 1-0 games consecutively, and that was less than a month ago. So, that's always a concern to see something like that. But yeah, I mean, every number, every angle, everything about it's telling you to look at those overs in every situation today for that Cincinnati game.
Yep, completely agree, man. Completely agree with you. All right, now we'll end it with our crew play of the day, and you guys have come strong on this one. All right, your options were the Giants Phillies over 8 or under 8, the Yankees Rays over 9 or under 9. 48% Giants Phillies over 8. Second place was Yankees and Rays over 9. If you had to choose one of these, which way would you go?
I would probably take Giants Phillies over 8. They continue to keep scoring, and my concern is always the Giants offense, and they continue to blast. So I think the Phillies will get theirs today. I mean, Giants scored double digits back-to-back games on their own, so I like where both of those are going. And pitching wise, it's all over the place. We know what happens in Philadelphia, and both these teams have great firepower right now. They're both doing terrific jobs offensively, and I expect a response from the Phillies today. So over 8 for that Giants-Phillies game.
Yep, completely agree, man. Completely agree with you. Like the Giants are mashing, like you said, and the Phillies can go off at any time. They can also score 2 runs on you, at any time. They leave a lot of guys on base, man. Like, which is leaving runners on base is not a great stat that you want, but it's also not bad. You're getting dudes on base. You know what I mean? Like you're accomplishing the harder, well, not the harder part, but it's hard to get dudes on base, and they're getting them there. And you see it. Like it's like the Phillies either score 11 runs or 2 runs. You know what I mean? So, yeah. But I'm with you there on the over 8. I think the crew has nailed that one. All right, that's it, man. Everybody, can't thank you enough. Hit that like button if you can on the way out. We sure would appreciate. Greg, any final thoughts before we get out of here, buddy?
Yeah, I forgot. I didn't want to jump in too late this morning with everything, but RBC Heritage kicks off today for golf. I know I'd seen a couple comments about it. We had a great weekend again for the Masters. Didn't pick any winners, but we gave out Aberg on the show last week. He was a $250,000 blow up on 18 away from finishing top 5, top 3. So good finish with him. We swept our cut plays that we gave out with Fade the Live boys, and boy, DeChambeau was right there if he didn't blow up on Sunday. So it was successful again. This week we're gonna go 3 guys. I'll give you out real quick. Justin Thomas, I'm taking this week. Got him at 15-1. Jordan Spieth at 40-1, and then the long shot this week. 2 of them actually that we'll take. 80-1 spots with Thagala, with Sahith, and Sepp Straka. I think that good bounce back spots for both those guys who had terrible Masters. So RBC Heritage, definitely a different course, ball striker spot for sure. And we'll see how it goes. So another one. And, the value's there with Scotty in the field. And in my opinion, Scotty's striking the ball as poorly as he has for a while. So I think just him in the field gives everybody else value. So those are 4 plays that I like for winners.
Beautiful, man. I love it. And our man, Liberati in the Discord, has dropped the golf picks there. We'll get back to doing weekly previews videos with him next week. And let me say, they're in Harbor Town, correct?
Yes.
Yeah. Liberati's played that course 12 times. So look at the Discord there. So great look, Greg. Great look, my boy Liberati, the man. I love saying it. All right. Anyways, all right, everybody, have a wonderful, wonderful day. Aaron said, I'll wave at you through Nashville, AB. Hey, indeed, my boy. Y'all be safe on the road. Tell everybody we said hello. And that's it. All right, everybody. Best of luck. Cash these tickets. We'll see you at 3 p.m. Eastern. Have a good day. I hit the wrong button.
Who's got it better than us? No!